gotten younger. I think they tell me, this is my daughter. Well, she's 20 years old, so I'm telling her.
That's right. And you look like a teenager. You really do.
In terms of the administration, I'm seeing a difference. I'm not as moody. He tell you that. I'm not as moody.
Testify, brother.
And if you all really pay attention, when you go out to eat to the buffets, I went on the protest to a buffet with my job, and I saw I call it clucking now, the chicken. I didn't eat any meat, and I'm a soldier. Since I met you, it's nothing. My tongue, I learned the difference. The tongue makes a whole difference. If you get in your mind, oh, I want some chocolate, or I want some chicken, you tell your tongue, no.
Damn you, tongue!
I have a few comments to make. I'm going to share some insight from me working on the inside. Right now, I work for a healthcare corporation. They told me the other day that healthcare in this country is going to be sort of like buying a yacht. The rich are going to be able to get health care that they can afford, and the rest of us are going to be stuck with Medicaid programs. So I heard that from the CEO of my company. Furthermore, as far as fast food goes, I used to work for McDonald's when I was a teenager. I was a vegetarian as a teenager. I used to make time to make the chicken McNugget, eat the chicken McNuggets. When I actually looked at the box for the chicken McNuggets, I was never a pork eater. Come to find out there's pork and beef in the chicken McNuggets because I read the box.
We eating pork, chicken, beef McNuggets?
I was always an investigative person since I was a teenager, and pork is in the chicken McNuggets. I'm going to make 2 more comments and that's going to be it.
Take your time. We're not in any hurry.
Okay, as far as my philosophy on fast food goes, if you're not going to make food fast, don't eat fast food. You want to take your time when you make your meals. But just like I do, you want to know what's in your food. Just like the pills that you take, you don't know what's in that pill. You don't know. A little bitty pill, and what is that? What's in that? Because I've taken things for anti-depression over the years, because I've had my bouts with depression and anxiety and Xanax. And people on the street want Xanax. You know, and they'll pay a hefty price for Xanax. But right now, through the grace of God, I am just battling my depression through prayer, church, and natural homeopathic things.
Makes a difference. What's your last point?
And my last point is my mother raised me as a single parent. She was a cosmetologist, and she was around those chemicals all the time. She's now having a lot of health problems because of it. She's 55 years old, and she just had to go get a hysterectomy for her period to end on its own.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Mike?
Yes.
Mike, can we take a moment? I want y'all to look around. Yeah, we really need to thank Michael Baisden again. And specifically because, and you can clap on this too, how many of you have heard some life-changing information today that we're going to implement with the expectation of things getting better? This is power, Mike. We really appreciate you.
That's what it's all about, man. That microphone is a powerful thing. It has not been used to transform our community. It's not me knocking any other DJs. I know them all. I love them all. But that airways have been wasted. Yes. We got too many problems out here with our kids, with our diet, with business, entrepreneurship. I live to turn other people on, so thank you.
Hello, my name is...
I'm going to get to you. Don't worry about it.
Hello, my name is Hope. And basically my question is, I suffer from blood clots. And this has started for me the past 5 years, since I was 34. And I'm on Coumadin, and they stated that most likely I will be on this for the rest of my life. And Coumadin is rapid.
Yes, it is. How is it, you mean during your cycle?
No, I suffer.
Just internally you have some blood clots?
I had gotten sick, and I went to the hospital because I couldn't breathe. They took me pregnancy test and stated that I was pregnant. But they had to do a scan on my chest, and they said I had multiple blood clots in both lungs, and that they were surprised that I even walked into the hospital. And since then, I've been suffering with these blood clots. I've been back and forth in the hospital and being tested every 2 weeks.
Well, we can make a commitment to help you out. If you leave, before you leave your information. And we can get connected and really help sit down and look at what's going on and help you out. It's not beyond us to get the body moving. Sometimes it's just nutritional issues, and then there are supplements that can mimic that kind of thinner that you need for your blood.
And just to let you know,
My name is Teresa, and I'm Hispanic. But just
No.
these problems are not only in the African American community, but these problems are also within our community. And a lot of times it's not just the language barriers, but it's also many different things the economy and so many different things that are happening. And from our countries, I'm from El Salvador, and in our countries we eat naturally. You know, there's a plantation in my family's home. And we would go out and just get the fruit, get, you know, everything just from our backyard.
And you eat a lot less, don't you?
Yeah, and, you know,
you're busy all day, it's hot, you don't eat as much.
No.
The winter time doesn't do us any favors. But now that it's the spring, we can start taking those layers off. You're absolutely right.
What's the main point you want to make?
The main point, you know, is that we're all in this together. We all have to advocate to make sure that we, you know, as a community, as a colored community, that are actually out there to let everyone know that these places such as this are out here. You know, so
why do you think you hear me shouting out to everybody on the show? Oh, they ate all the food, huh? Oh, they ate, I thought they ate it all.
And Mike,
yes.
You know, I don't think we're going to get to everybody's question, because at some point you're going to have to catch a plane tomorrow morning.
Well, you know what?
But before you answer, write your questions down just in case if we don't get to you, let us answer your questions. Give us your email address. Write your questions down so that we can answer your questions. In the event that we don't get to you, we can make sure that we do get to you.
All right, I'm going to take 10 more.
10 more.
And then we're going to wrap it up. Yes.
People over here want some love.
I'll get over there next after this other woman and that woman over there.
I'm sorry, I came here today. I didn't know who you were. But anyway.
You came for the real estate clinic, right?
Actually, I came because I'm looking for a raw food restaurant.
Oh, okay.
My husband is sick, and I really want to like his But at the same time, too, I was taking high blood pressure medicine. The last 2 weeks I've gotten off because I've been on a raw diet. I contacted her in 14 days. But anyway, I did read somewhere, and you can ask, I'm asking you guys this question, that the high blood pressure medication in some people is actually causing diabetes. So I don't know if you may want to answer that. So it did increase in
Yes.
Okay, he's letting me do a quick comment. I listen every day. You come on Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, Thursday. I work at night. Come home in the morning. All I want is breakfast and go to sleep. You talked about the egg and the menstrual cycle. I don't even want to deal with my own menstrual cycle. I couldn't eat an egg ever since. Never.
Good. Yes.
My question is, when you were talking about the babies and formula, what happens when the mother's milk dries up? What do you do then? Because my daughter's milk dried up, so...
How old is the baby?
He's 6 months old.
Okay, the milk won't dry up if the child is drinking the milk.
Well, for some odd reason, she just couldn't give him enough milk.
Okay, see, that is really interesting. And that's one of the things that we often think is happening with the children. You're such a great mommy to come and ask that question. And that's sometimes what we think is happening with the milk is, oh, I don't think the baby's getting enough milk. That just like the pharmaceutical industry and a lot of physicians will have us doubt our own bodies and our ability to heal, we can't, as mothers, doubt our ability to feed our children. Formula is only something that's about 50 years old. What did people do? Thousands and thousands and thousands of years feeding their children. It was just titty fill, you know what I'm saying? So we can't think to ourselves that it's beyond us to be able to feed our very own children. The milk doesn't dry up, we're dry. We need to be drinking 1.5 gallons of water a day. A gallon in general, and if you're feeding a child 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons a day, you'll make the milk. If the child is pulling, it stimulates the milk. Sometimes the mother thinks, well, I don't know if it's enough. They start supplementing with the formula, and it sabotages the process. Because if the child's not pulling, it won't make milk. But they can even restart it. So before you go, we're going to give you the number. I have some fabulous lactation consultant folk and birth assistants and doulas and all these really wonderful people, because we should be having our children at home. Hospitals, it's not a medical